Hey guys, what's up? My name is Speedbreaker and today it's finally time for the Battlefield 1 Open Beta. In this video I'd like to discuss all the good things that are currently in this game, as well as all the really bad or wonky things that are currently in this beta. Now off the get-go, when you load Battlefield 1, you will notice that there is no more battle log. You will actually load into a proper game where you can access all your things. You can access your friends, you see who is playing what. You can go to the multiplayer, you can do some matchmaking, either Rush or Conquest, and there is actually even a server browser. So this is already one thing that I think is pretty neato compared to the old Battlefield titles. And when you look to the left, you can actually also see a Battlefield 4 icon. So maybe we can even access Battlefield 4 through this menu. Also, you might have noticed that all of these servers are actually 60 Hz tick rate server, meaning that the information is being updated 60 times every second on the server, and that basically just means that the gameplay feels a lot more snappy and a lot more responsive than earlier Battlefield titles. You can think of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. In matchmaking, they run a 64 Hz tick rate, so Battlefield 1 is now actually comparable to CSGO in terms of the times the server updates information. But how does this translate into actual gaming experience? Now, let me tell you, the gameplay feels very responsive and very smooth. I actually feel like this is the nicest Battlefield ever since Battlefield 3, in terms of responsiveness and in terms of how the game reacts to something that's going on. I feel like when I shoot at someone, I instantly know whether I've hit this guy or not, and I also usually know whether I killed the guy or not. Now, to help you recognize whether you actually killed someone or not, there is a very neat customization in the menu where you can customize the hit markers on death. So basically, the last killing bullet will actually show up as a different colored hit marker on your screen than the normal hit markers. You can set this up to whatever color you want. You can also set up the color of the hit markers, you can set up the color of the headshot hit markers, and the color of the crosshair. Now, other than that, there is actually a zillion other customization options in the beta already, and I've actually played for a good 4 hours or so before I found the option to change ADS hold to ADS toggle, because I don't like to hold and shoot at the same time. It feels kind of wonky and you kind of have to grip your mouse really firmly to do that. I really like to toggle ADS, and I actually had to look for this option quite a while, but for you it's under gameplay and advanced. Now let's talk about them graphics. Let's be honest, Battlefield 1 looks absolutely gorgeous. This game is probably one of the nicest looking games, or not probably, this game is the nicest looking game I have played to this date. It is undisputable the best looking game I've ever seen. However, this very nice looking game also comes at a very high cost. Now, I have a new 27-inch monitor which runs at native 2K resolution, so double of 1080p, and I can hardly push 60 frames per second on medium settings. So in order to record the gameplay for you guys here, I actually had to switch to my old 1080p monitor, on which then I could play the game on high settings on my GTX 980. So if you want to run this game at very high settings and you have, for example, a 4K monitor, you're probably gonna have to have like a double or triple Titan X setup in your PC in order to get decent frame rates, which is a bit of a shame for me. But then again, we have the nice fancy graphics which kind of make up for the low frame rates. Now, even though the game requires a lot of GPU power, the level actually loads very quickly. It takes me about 15 to 20 seconds, on an SSD of course, to load the level. And another really cool feature that they've implemented is that whenever the level changes to the same level, so when the round is over and the next game is actually on the same map, there is no loading time at all. You will instantly, from the intermission menu, go to the game menu, to the spawn menu, once the intermission time is over. So there is no more loading of the same map after the round is over. Now, another cool feature in Battlefield 1 compared to, for example, Battlefield Hardline is that we're actually able to access the menu screen or leave the server after we've died. You might remember in Hardline we had to wait for like 5-6 seconds and stare at the kill feed without being able to do anything. In Battlefield 1 now we're actually able to access the menu. Thank God. Now, only if we could customize our soldiers in the intermission screen, then that would be absolutely fantastic. Now onto some miscellaneous things that I've noticed. First of all, we have absolutely mad parkour skills. The revive icons are absolutely bugged. You now actually have to press a button that is Q in order to get a revive icon on top of your head, which in my opinion is just silly. I don't know why they just didn't implement the solution from Battlefield 4 where you had kind of this circle which went down. I think actually they had this in an alpha and now they took it out. I'm kind of confused. But basically, whenever you see this icon, it doesn't mean that you can actually revive someone because maybe they are actually already in the spawn screen. So it's kind of wonky with the revives. DICE, please fix. Also, I think we can agree on that tanks are blatantly overpowered. And finally, I think that most of the UI elements and in-game icons need some rework and polish because they are really pixelated and jaggy and edged at some points, and I think that they're just not polished and ready yet. But obviously this is still a beta, so things might not have been fully developed yet. So that about sums up my first impression of the Battlefield 1 beta. I think this game is actually a lot of fun. I think it's very addictive, and you should definitely try it out if you haven't yet. Now, me personally, I am definitely going to pre-order this game, hate me or love me, but I think the game is totally worth the money. But what are your thoughts about the new Battlefield 1? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Or do you think it's just a cheap ripoff of Battlefront? Tell me in the comment section below. But thanks so much for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers!